for you here. There we go. New lighting. Hi, how's it going? Let me just pop this up. Hey, Sherry babies. I love you, Sherry's. How's it going today? I just got off the phone from Brother John. Sends his love to everybody. Here we go. And I haven't gotten any work done today. My knee is doing better that I can. Oh, let me turn this off and let me pop up my chat. Everybody who wants me to say hello, please go right ahead and say hello first so that I can say hi back. Right? Am I lagging at all? So, if Let's Homestead Instead comes in, you tell her Bev says call me after. Hey, Walter Williams, Sherry Leach, my love, c'est moi. Nana's Menagerie, also Sherry, Midwest Katie, Mary Ferris, KB Canner, Helen Marshall, Freaky Geek, Elaine Marie, Celeste, Seashell, Alice, and who else have I missed? Monster Mama, Midwest Katie, Mary Fair, Judith Ann. Hello, hello, hello. So, have I missed anybody else? Two Ponds Home Place and Alice Silva, Elaine Marie. Okay. Hi, Becky. All right, let me get this back to chat now and pop it out into live chat. And bring it on over. So, oops, no, not like that. Like this. There we go. Hi, how's everybody doing today? Well, thank you. They kind of go with what I'm wearing, kind of. This is supposed to tie it all in together. I'm still walking with the walker, but I'm telling you, I would probably be doing, and I'm walking a little bit without it, being very careful. But I tell you, I'd be a lot better if I hadn't twisted my knee at 2 o'clock in the morning the other night. But I took my last prednisone today, yay, because I was starting to break out in a bit of a rash from it, I think. You know me, folks. I'm allergic to everything. Hello, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. Sammy Joe, hello. Mindy, hi. Linda. So anyway, I was supposed to, I've got, again, 2 car videos to edit. I have last night's supper video. Yes, I made a video for y'all to edit, the headband video to edit. And for those who saw the live building of this headband, there is a surprise twist in the end because, let me see if these lights are causing a line through my eyes here. Let me see if I can't just do this. What will this do? What will this do? Nope. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Maybe I can dim it down a little bit. Let me see. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, that's a little better. It's a little too dim, but there we go. Hey, Natalie, how's it going, sweetheart? Lisa Davis. Tigger! How's it going? So, I really haven't gotten anything done. I really haven't. I wonder why hat big heart thing could not be in the chat box or over by the thumb. It covers part of the chat here. You'll just have to play with it, sweetheart. Just have to play with it. Hat is that. Why hat, that big heart thing, could not be, I don't know. I don't see what you're seeing, sweetheart. I know there's a little box, but pop your chat out and it won't be there. Like go up to the 3 lines at the top of your 3 dots at the top of your chat and click on that and click out, pop out chat. And it makes it bigger for you. Forgot where I was for the moment. Excuse me. Did I catch it in time? Hey, Sammy Joe. So anyway, hi Betty. I've got nothing done today except a lot of plans. I need to talk to Steffi from Let's Homestead instead, and I need to. I want to talk to her about an underground co-op. Underground co-op. So, hey Jenna, how are you? Have you tried dilly beans? Oh, sweetheart. Okay, B, my son, my one son Arthur says, nobody makes dill beans like this man. I was like, I'm sorry, you got dill beans from me first, right? But apparently they have to go right from the garden into the jar. It's like, you don't do anything, you don't soak them. Well, Arthur, they do have to be washed. What I think your friend means is that they have to go from the garden to the jars as quickly as possible without as much interference. In other words, wash them, stuff them in the jar, boil the brine, and pour it on. That's simple. But hey, plans and pondering is my whole day. Seems long at times. Well, no, they're really easy, honey. You just pick your beans and you trim them to fit your pint jar. You leave them long. And you sterilize your jar. You put them in the boiling bath canner. And you boil 1 quart of water, 1 pint of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of kosher or pickling salt. You boil those together until the salt disintegrates. And then very quickly, you shove 2 cloves of garlic, a head of dill, and as many beans as you can get straight down inside that jar. Then you completely pour your boiling brine. You take the jar out of the canner, fill it hot with your beans and your garlic, pour boiling brine over the top till it overflows, put the lid on, flip it upside down. There's your dilly beans. Well, Jenna, there's been no x-ray. I'm going to see my doctor on July 4th. And like I said yesterday, I'm going to use that 15-minute slot that I've been given in the emergency care situation to explain to her that I need my knees x-rayed and my hip x-rayed, and I'd like an MRI as well on my knees. And I'll explain to her why. And then she'll order them, she'll go over them, and then maybe she will suggest the orthopedic surgeon. If not, I will ask for one. Howie's going to help me weed the garden on Saturday morning. And Freaky, if you click the heart, it opens a whole row of emojis. The arrow on the bottom closes it back down, so just the heart. I only see it on my iPhone, not my TV, though. Okay. So when I search Homestead instead, your channel comes up. Hang on a second. Give me a minute. It's just a matter of looking, folks. Here we go. Restore chat. F11. This is why pop out chat. This is Let's Homestead instead. Hey, Joe, how you feeling today, darling? I have not emailed you back. I've been going through some stuff, folks, not just with my knee, but me realizing that YouTube's going to get really shook up by me. My YouTube is going to get really shook up. There's a lot of films now. YouTube apparently is going back and going through older videos that are no longer acceptable and striking channels and stuff. So I'm going to have to spend some time going through all of my older homesteading videos and moving them. Now, hear this, folks. It's going to take a year or so for me to get this all organized. But all of the videos that YouTube does not want me to put on YouTube on my homesteading channel, I'm going to open a Rumble channel called This Was Our Half Acre Homestead. What do you think? Yes, let's homestead instead. Exactly. I'm Android. I'm Android too, but I have my desktop. I'm filming with my Android and I'm going through my desktop. So what do you think? Yeah, I really need to not wait for the calamity to happen, but get ahead of it to the best of my ability. Right? So I've got a one roast, 4 meals, but you're only getting the final meal. It was a 3-pound roast, which we had a crock pot roast beef with veg and gravy. And then we had roast beef sandwiches for lunch, 2 each. And then I made threw all the leftovers together with the gravy and added beans and poured it all over mashed potatoes. It was so good. On Rumble's Let's Talk. Oh, thank you. Some of my subscriptions got canceled and I didn't even know it. Yeah, there you go. Library Lady DI. Hi. Proactive. YouTube has become very picky. Well, there's also the fact that, the government has passed Bill C-11 here in Canada, which means the government gets to decide what's okay to watch and what's not. That's what it boils down to. They say, oh, we want to make sure that more Quebec content, provincial content's being seen in province and blah, 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 blah. The truth is they want control of the internet now. They've already got control of mainstream media. They own CBS. They're a government-funded media source, if you know that, which is the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, funded by the government of Canada, only they don't add the funded by the government of Canada at the end. So I'm trying my best. And there's also the language laws. Here, whenever I watch or a YouTube video, even my own, open up when I'm ready to go and check comments, all my ads, 75% of my ads come up in French, and just because I live in Quebec. So that's not fair, right? And I've had people tell me, well, if you don't like it, move out of Quebec. No, this is still Canada. This is my country. And I have just as much rights as Francophones. But Quebec doesn't see it that way. Oh, well, thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. I don't rant here often. I am doing better, Kitty Cat. Don't leave YouTube. I'm not going to leave YouTube. I'm just going to take all my offensive stuff off of YouTube and move it over to Rumble. It's going to take me a year or two, because I have to go through all 14 years of videos. And I don't even know if the old stuff is even good enough anymore to be replayed. But I certainly am going to have to take it down before it gets striked and they delete my channel. 3 strikes, YouTube deletes your channel, right? I love that your eyes are open to all this. My eyes have been opening for about 15 years. They really started to see about 5 years ago, and then the pandemic happened, and my face just split wide open, and I couldn't hide from the truth if I paid for it. You know what I mean? YouTube has demonetized a channel I watch called Tribal People. Try. It's a channel showing some people from Pakistan trying different types of food and their responses. Really, eh? They must show ads where the watcher lives, because I have never seen... Exactly. I live in Quebec, so all the ads I see are in French. Remember me complaining about getting flyers in the mail that were all French, not bilingual? And I made a video saying, hey, companies that sell stuff in Quebec, just because people live in Quebec does not mean they all speak or read or understand French. You're losing money. About 25% of your potential, 25 to 30% of your potential sales are being lost because you're not putting out bilingual flyers. It's okay to make them French first, but make sure there's English on the back, right? Sometimes we close our eyes to everything. Well, you know what? You can close your eyes, but all that makes you is blind. Right? There are some things we don't want to see, and some things I'm going to encourage people not to see. Me knowing that there's stuff out there that you don't want to see is enough for us. I mean, I've seen things, I've gone down some rabbit holes that have made me curl up in my bed screaming and wanting to vomit. Okay? I don't want that for you. I just want you to know that there's a lot of horrible things going on in this world that we don't need to focus on. We need to focus on, because if you do this and do that and do this and do that, you're taking pot shots in the dark. What you need to do is shine, part the darkness, so that people stuck in the darkness can see that there is another way. Right? Good afternoon, Bev. Just got home. Hi, just mom. Doing a few groceries and yet again was disgusted with prices. Need room in the freezer, so took out a turkey for dinner tonight. I just took out a bag of chicken breasts that I'm just going to thaw enough that I can slice. I'm going to stir fry with some veg, and I've got some rice and dehydrated veg cooking in the crock pot. So, call what discrimination? Wait a minute. Well, yeah, isn't it just, eh? They're discriminating against the English-speaking people in Quebec by making them lesser citizens, that their needs come second to French people. It is what it is, right? But the truth is we don't want to shoot off into the darkness chasing demons. All we need to do is shine the light into the darkness and they go away. So that's all I ask people to do. Don't rant and rave. Like, yes, I try and educate people to the best of my ability, even though I'm not an educator. I am not a professional. I am not a professional farmer, food preservation person, history buff, anything. I'm just a person who likes to gather information and share it. You do your own research, right? Don't take my word for it. My word is just the stuff I have learned. And there's a lot of stuff in here I don't ever want you guys to see. Not because I'm crazy, but because I've seen stuff that nobody should see, right? So let's focus on the things that we can do about being proactive in our own lives. The less money we spend at the yeah, I know it's unavoidable, but not quite. The less money we spend at the grocery store, the more we can grow or have contracts with farmers or make at home, cook from scratch. These are all things. Reuse your plastic bags. Grow as much as you can, whether it's microgreens or full-on scale gardens or raised beds or balcony gardens. Get to know people who have gardens that you may want to barter with. Get to know your local farmers within a 100-mile radius and find out if you can buy direct from the farmer. The more we cut out the middleman, the corporations, okay? Let me keep it this simple. Say my house, say I'm on a farm. I'm on a 100-acre farm, 1,000-acre farm. And I grow chickens, turkeys, eggs, beef, pork, and a plethora of vegetables. And these all, I have contracts with companies that come in, or I send them, I truck these out to places where food is stored and then broken up sent to the different stores that need those orders. Now that is 1 to at least 3 sets of hands that food has to go through, and the money gets marked up every time, and it's marked up higher than it needs to be so that everybody goes home with a profit. So if I have a farm, and you come to me, and I have 2 steer, but our family can only eat a half of one, or my entire family can eat, my kids and us, we can break up a steer. And you want to buy a half a steer, well, I've got to find somebody else to buy the other half of the steer. But yes, I'll tell you how it's raised. I'll tell you what it's been vaccinated with. Where the hell are my fly swatters? Oh. And you make a deal, whether it's money or barter or otherwise. Get to know the people that the grocery stores have taken us away from, the producers. Cut out the company that comes and picks up your stuff and stores it, then sells it to the next, distribution centers that send them to the grocery stores. Then they mark them up and pay you more. My apples may not be the prettiest apples, but they're organic, and they're full of natural flavor and better nutrients because they're just apples. My pears. So this is my idea. Okay, wait a second. I missed something. What, Joe? Today is Scott's Infusion Day, so it will be empanadas for supper tonight. My brother took them, so you can rest. Yes, it took you almost dying to get some help, didn't it? Stubborn wench. I love you, Joe, so much. I'm so happy you're home. I really, really am. Jesus tried to reason with this crazy world how we will be able to. Someday this world will get it right. God bless us all. That's right. I love Jesus' message. He said, no one gets to the Father except through me. He meant, this is the way. I am the light. All right? Jesus, was born to bring us back to God with love, to teach us that love is the way. So this is what I propose. This is what I'm kind of planning. We're filling in that one spot of the ravine with like stumps and rocks and dirt and brush, right? Eventually that's going to be filled in enough that I can have my 3 apple trees dug. Go back here, you. My 3 apple trees dug up and moved over. Another apricot tree, and my apricot tree dug up and moved with the new apricot tree. And then I want Howie actually this weekend to fix the wrap around my 1 pear tree that's been struggling to live for 9 years. And it keeps managing to try, but the wrap was too tight and buried under the ground, and that has to be fixed. And I'm going to have, God willing, 2 or 3 apple trees, 2 apricot trees, and 2 pear trees. And the apples grow crazy around here, but I'm looking at apricots and pears and maybe eventually plums to be trading for barter for things like milk and meat and fresh eggs. Do you feel where I'm going with this? But this is not going to be a registered community. It's going to be a community of people who are tired of giving the government every single piece of information. You're selling dogs? How many puppies did you have? How many times did you breed that dog? Go away. It's none of your business. All praises go to God because they had only given him 6 months, and that was a year and a half ago. Absolutely, Joe. All praise goes to God. All praise goes to God when everything is good. When things go bad, we know where that's coming from. That's the darkness trying to distract us from what we know is the truth, which is God's light and God's love is the only beacon we need to get through the darkness. It's that simple to me. Not this apricot tree. It does not self-pollinate. It does need a pollinator, and that's why when I ordered it a pollinator, but the pollinator died. Then I got another pollinator, and so I'm going to order one in January. This one is staying where it is right now, and I'm going to order one in January if I can. and I get one, I'm going to have Howie rent a little backhoe. He's going to dig up my apple trees. He's going to dig up my apricot tree, and he's going to plant them over near the pear, around the perimeter of where we are building up the ravine. Thank you, Sammy Joe. Absolutely, prayers for Scott. So that's kind of where I'm going. Now, I've had a lot of realizations with my knee going the way they have. I've already lost 3 pounds, by the way, guys. I've had to 3 pounds this last week and a half. I have to work smarter, not harder. And I want to make my home, my land, a haven for perennial food. Asparagus, walking onions, fruit, and then whatever else I can grow. And we're gonna continue to hunt. We're gonna continue to buy local and avoid the grocery stores as much as possible. Now, obviously, I can't grow bananas. But I mean, there's some things that I'm gonna have to do, right? But that's just the way things are going, right? So all of these are scrumdiddly. I love apricot. I even like dried apricots. Being prepared is always a smart thing to do. I don't want to stock my pantry. We raise our own I want to stock my pantry. We raise our own rabbits. I want to can some rabbit, thinking it can be processed like chicken. What are your thoughts? Oh my God, Lori. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Where are you? Okay. Hang on. The hell? I have no idea who that's from, so I'm just going to let it go. I thought I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, let's look for... I'm just going to put rabbit in our half-acre homestead search. Here we go. Copy. I'll pop my chat back out in a second here, folks. I'm just kind of doing this. Okay, let's go back here. Actually, these are videos I should be downloading and putting out on Rumble. Okay, Lisa, take care. Those are videos I'm actually going to have to put on Rumble because at least the one, Rabbit from Barn to Plate, is going to have to go on Rumble because they're not going to like it. That's been happening to many people, of calls late being pushed even when phones on. I'm going to just double check and make sure that my phone is on Do Not Disturb. No, it wasn't. So, okay, just checking. I could have swore it was on Do Not Disturb. You can can rabbit, but we always follow the canning times for beef. No, you follow the canning times for chicken. And there is a different canning time for raw packed chicken that has no bone, and there's different canning times for raw packed chicken that has bone. Anything chicken or rabbit that has bone in actually takes less time to can. And here's the part. I've sent you the videos. I'm going to remove them over to Rumble. I am, because killing pigs and all that stuff they're eventually going to go to my videos and go, no, you can't have that on there. Okay. When you can your chicken, or when you can your rabbit, leave it bone in, raw pack it, and add a piece of streaky bacon, regular bacon. Add a piece of bacon. I promise you it will come out moist, tender, and tasting like turkey. I gotta go. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead. I gotta check some stuff out. I got work to do, so I'm sorry this live is so short. Aren't they the same time for all boneless meats? Maybe, but you know, chicken and rabbit are closer together. So, I love you guys. Take care. God bless, and remember, as long as we are holding God's love, the light of his love will make us shine and part the darkness before us. All right? Never turn to face the negative. All right? It's just a distraction to distract you from the light of God's love. As we go forward courageously in God's light. Okay? Mwah! I love you. Take care. God bless. Patrons, not patrons. Reading with Beverly Wolfie. We are reading 6:30 tonight. We are still on the banks of Plum Creek. 6:30 live on Reading with Beverly Wolfie. And 8 o'clock, we're going live doing oracle cards on Life with the Wolfie. Okay. Reading with Beverly Wolfie is Little House Live at 6:30. Life with the Wolfies is reading oracle cards live at 8 p.m. for tips, of course. This is Mrs. Wolfie, and remember, if you're a patron, you get free readings, period. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, my life just got a whole lot busier. I've got work to do. I love you. Never forget that just because I'm on the other side of the screen and I can't see you, doesn't mean I can't see your love and feel it. All right? Take care. God bless. For like the 9 millionth time.